So like I said, I want this podcast to be accessible for a lot of different people. So I'm just going to do a little bit of background about Walt Disney World in general. Obviously, if you visited before, you probably know this, but still, you might learn something else. So do stay tuned. So as everybody probably knows, Walt Disney World in Florida is the world's largest and most visited theme park resort. It is absolutely huge. Like, I think they equate the amount of land that Walt Disney bought in Florida to be the same size as the whole city of San Francisco, which is huge. I'm not gonna lie, it's massive. And I think a lot of people under anticipate how big it is when they go for the first time, especially if you've been to any of the other parks like Disneyland Paris or Disneyland in California. Obviously, they are on a lot smaller scale. They've both got 2 parks, which are still lovely and a really decent size. But when you go to Walt Disney World in Florida, it is a completely different story. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It is so overwhelming. Every time that I've been, we've stayed off-site in villas because my family is quite big, so that's just the most cost effective. And we also do like our own space sometimes as well, but you can stay on site. There's hotels there. There's complete like living facilities there. You could easily spend a 2-3 week holiday just in the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida and not leave and not explore anything else in Florida. Don't even really have to go to a supermarket. You can literally get a coach from the airport to the resort, stay there, and then get it back and not see anything else, which I just find mad. So the Walt Disney World Resort currently consists of 4 different theme parks and 2 water parks as well. So they have Magic Kingdom, which is the main park, which everyone knows about. It's the one with the big blue castle. Lots of photos are taken there all the time. It's the main thing you think of when you think of Disney World. Then you have Epcot, which I would say is probably just as famous as Magic Kingdom. It's got the big white, almost like golf ball looking sphere in the middle of the park, and it's a really, really popular place. It is actually my favourite place to go. It's my favourite park, and that was built second. And then the third one, which they have, is Disney's Hollywood Studios, which used to be a little bit more about the creations of the movies and kind of what goes into Hollywood and filming and stuff like that. However, it has now more become about actually stepping in and becoming part of the movies. It's definitely had a big switch over the past 10 years or so, but still a really, really fun, exciting park to go to. And it's by far the one that has had the most progression over the past decade, I would say. And then the last one is Disney's Animal Kingdom, which is the baby park of the 4, not in size, but just in age. It's the same age as me, I think, or it was born the year before me. And as guessed by the name, it is all about the animals and looking into nature and sustainability and just how we can be better for the planet. And then there are 2 water parks as well. I think the water parks are quite split. You see some people that go and absolutely love them and cannot get enough of them. And then you get another set of people that, even though they've been to Florida and Walt Disney World so much, they've never really visited them. But honestly, most times when you're getting a 14-day ticket or a 7-day ticket even, most of the time they're included with the ticket. So it's definitely worth a visit. And they are so, so fun. Like, I think sometimes people think they're not as maybe detailed or as exciting as the parks are, but honestly, they are at the same level and they are amazing. Such a good place to go when you want a little bit more of a relaxed day, but you still want that kind of magic and thrill and fun. It's just the perfect balance and level. I really like the water parks. So the 2 water parks that are there currently is Typhoon Lagoon. I believe this was the first one built out of the 2, and this is kind of a paradise on Earth which has been hit by a hurricane or a typhoon, and everything's kind of destroyed. So it's a really fun concept and it's a really great park to visit. And then the other water park is called Blizzard Beach. So this, as guessed probably by the name, is a water park which has been taken over by a snowstorm. So again, a really, really fun concept. And both the water parks really play into that this is a fun concept and really take it to the next level. I really like visiting them, and definitely if you haven't been to them, I would recommend going. because they are so fun. I don't want to get too much into it because I will do a whole separate video on them, but the parking's free there. You can take your own food in, you can kind of stay for as long as you want, do as much as you want. You can either lie on the beach all day or you can go on the attractions and the water slides and stuff like that. And there's just something for everyone there, and I would definitely recommend going, especially if they're included with your ticket as well. It's just a no-brainer. So they are the 4 parks and then the 2 water parks as well. And then Disney also has a shopping centre, it has a housing estate for all of its employees that stay on campus from all over the world. It's got its own golf courses, its own hotels, and lots of other recreational facilities too. So honestly, it is a massive place to visit, and yeah, I don't think you will ever really understand how big it is. Like I said, I have been a really good amount of times and I still can't get over how much land there is that the company own. It's honestly insane, and I don't think anything gets you ready for it until you're actually there visiting it. And like I said, even when you're there, you still can't quite fathom how large it is.